Hello everyone, MeanSpeed here, and I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone watching. Now today I want to make a video about my predictions for Renegade Line in 2016, since this time last year I made a video about my predictions for Battlefield Heroes, so I thought it would be fitting to do one for Renegade Line. Before I get to that though, I thought I should talk about the update we got on Christmas Eve, which featured 4 new screenshots. And normally I try to make a video shortly after Raw Vengeance shows something, but I already uploaded a video on the same day that they gave us those screenshots, and that's why I chose to hold off on it. So we have 2 free cam screenshots showing off the map a bit, and 2 gameplay or HUD screenshots. Now, before I talk about the map, I just have to say that it's nice to finally see some clothing in the game for the characters. Some of you will know, but I had this as a sort of running bit of criticism for a while actually, which is basically there were no clothes on the characters, like new clothes, since every screenshot they were giving us that showed the character basically had him in the same clothes we saw in the gameplay footage. But yeah, these clothes look a lot better in my opinion, definitely a lot more classy with the coat and the trilby. Anyway, nothing has changed character or HUD wise aside from the clothing, apart from one thing which is stumping me actually, which is, well, basically we can see the character looks quite large, especially in comparison to the houses, and although one of the screenshots was taken with the character not exactly right next to the house and being far away, he still seems too big for some reason, unless, the houses would change to be smaller. So it's either a map object change or a character model change, I think. I mean, I don't want to suggest that we can potentially customize our character in the form of height as well, since that would cause issues with hitboxes and stuff like that, with smaller people being harder to hit, and that would be quite unfair for the people who chose to make a taller character. So yeah, now for the map screenshots. We can see some really nice looking snow particle effects on the map, which I'm thinking you might be able to turn off completely or lower, since that could really be a problem in terms of running the game, since I know there are a decent amount of people out there who are worried about whether they will be able to run the game well or not, since maybe they just about ran BFH well and stuff like that. So yeah. I really like the falling snow, and it hints at potentially more weather effects for maps in the future, such as rain or maybe falling volcanic ash and stuff like that. I think that'd be interesting. I also really like the fact that the water itself is frozen, and I'm hoping we can possibly walk or slide on the frozen water in order to perhaps get to flags or certain spots quicker on the map. I'd still be pleased if we could just walk on the ice normally though, even if it wasn't with a speed boost or something like that. The final thing I want to quickly touch on here is the map itself, and I'm trying to work out if it's a winter version of the map we've already seen a decent amount of from the previous updates and screenshots, or if it's an entirely new map centered around a winter theme with a different layout and such. Although I do know Raw Vengeance showed 3 screenshots of a map during different seasons, so it's probably just a winter version of what we've already seen, to be honest. So yeah, that was it for my thoughts on the winter map screenshots. So now for my predictions and hopes, I guess. It's not going to be much, because obviously the game isn't even out yet. If the game was released, I could talk about game modes, maps, all of that kind of stuff, and that's what I sort of touched on in my Battlefield Heroes video for my 2015 prediction, because obviously the game was already released. But yeah, this is just going to be a bit smaller, but like I said, the game isn't released, so yeah, not much to say. So in terms of the alpha and when we will actually get the first chance to play, I'm hoping we can see it go live fairly soon, and I hope we can see more keys being distributed, whether it's done via a luck-based thing or if it's another competition, but maybe a different kind of competition, to give people with different skills a chance maybe. I'd also like to see something similar to free weekends on Steam, where perhaps over a weekend everyone is allowed some access to the alpha without needing a key, which actually I believe Raw Vengeance said they were thinking of doing, so it would be quite nice to see it actually happen, and I think some people would appreciate that. I think we'll see the alpha fairly soon, and I hope we will, just based on the fact that the crosshair contest is due to end very soon. It's actually next Friday, so I'm thinking the winner will be announced maybe mid-January, so I'm hoping the alpha might begin in February or March, since it would feel odd, at least in my opinion, to give out the prize of an alpha key so far in advance and to have to wait ages before getting any use out of it. But yeah, I'm not expecting the game to be out of alpha until very late 2016, and this is purely because games need time to develop, and the longer we are in the testing phases, the more time we have to report issues and help to solve them. Since if something game breaking was found during the alpha, it could be sorted out before the proper public release if the alpha wasn't over and done with in almost no time. So yeah, for now that's all I have left to say. For now, all I have left to say is I am really looking forward to Renegade Line and seeing what this year will bring for Renegade Line, and hopefully you guys are too. Just know that even if we don't have a proper release day and month set in stone, we at least know that this year is the year that we'll be able to play the game. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and once again, Happy New Year.